What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Hippo's Supercoach, and today we've got our best trade targets and best captaincy options for this week. So we're going to look at who's most traded in, traded out. You know the drill. If you're new to the channel, we'll go through everything. So Nick Dacos obviously still getting traded out. I don't know why it'd be this week that you traded him out. I guess if you had other issues last week, then maybe. Libba's another one where you probably have to trade him out because it's finals now. Obviously he misses this week with concussion, so if you do have a trade, that would be huge. I'm impressed by any team that has trades at this point because it's like a lot of the great teams have been out for a while now. But if you're one of those few that do have trades, then good job. Now, in terms of who people are bringing in, Clayton Oliver, number one. It makes perfect sense to me. The guy, he had a slow first half. But the second half, he was just dominant. Well, not dominant, but stat-wise, he was dominant. 13 tackles, and he had like 27 disposals, 130 Supercoach. Like, this guy's a lock. He's a lock next year. He's a lock every year, let's be real. So Clayton Oliver, yeah, I definitely think if you have the cash to maybe go like Libba straight to Clary, I feel like that's what most people would be doing. Is that right? Yep, Libba to Clary. That would be ideal. But yeah, if you can get Clary and get him in at all costs, Dan Houston and Butters. I mean, look, I don't mind the Butters pick. Houston, I just feel like he could really pump out a 50 at any given time. Especially if you're playing for league at this point, you don't want to, a 50 in a competitive league will probably cost you a matchup. So probably wouldn't look to bring in Dan Houston because his scoring is so volatile. But Butters, I feel a bit more comfortable bringing him in. So if you are interested in Zach Butters, then I think that's a great option. Sinclair's had a weird season, so he's capable of pumping out a really low score as well. I'm not sure about him. Now, Nick Newman, this might be a bit of Carlton bias, but I really believe he is in some insane form. So he's gone 114, 106, 92, 137, 144, 118. People say he's had a role change. I think it's a slight role change, so I think he's playing more freely. I don't think he's manning up as much, whereas I think he used to man up on like for example, this game against Hawthorn, I think he might have been on like Dylan Moore or something, or Luke Bruce. But I think they try to free him up now. So I really like Nick Newman as a pick. If he keeps pumping out scores like this, I'm confident starting him next season. So I think he's a great option. Sicily's also a great option. Luke Jackson is an amazing option too. I'm glad I actually went early and got Luke Jackson right, even though I'm out of all my cash leagues. I'm happy I got him right because I really did have a good gut feeling about him. Obviously, he doesn't play that well with Darcy in the team, but it made perfect sense when I heard Darcy was out for the year. Luke Jackson was really the no-brainer pick. So, yeah, if you jumped on him or you want to jump on him, I would definitely recommend doing so. Nick Martin, Newcombe, Dawson. I mean, if you don't have Dawson already, yeah. Newcombe I probably wouldn't get. What's he been scoring? I know he had a great game on the weekend, but I just feel like he's capable of really not playing very well. So, yeah, like 198, 174, it's good, but then you're really going to take 87, 77, 93, 115, 72, and then like a 53 here, 54 here, 69. He's just not, he's not for me. Let's have a look at some of the vice captain options. So this is where I feel like the majority of people that are still in are going to benefit from this video because we all need a good VCC option. Now, if you're looking at my VCC this week, couldn't have gone much worse. So, we're going to bounce back and we're going to have a good VCC. So, Marvel Stadium, Collingwood and Brisbane. I think Lachie Neale is a seriously good bet. Now, I know Neale hasn't had the best game last week, but Collingwood don't put time into anyone. I think Neale at Marvel without a tag has got like a crazy average. That's just off the top of my head, but I feel like every time I watch him play at Marvel when he doesn't get attention, he goes nuts because ground's small, like he can get plenty contested, can get plenty of uncontested. I think Neale's a great VC on the Friday night. Saturday, look, you could go Taranto, it's potty. I probably wouldn't. Gold Coast versus Carlton, probably no one there to go either. Jita West versus Essendon. Look, I don't know if Perryman goes to Merritt. I think have Jita West been tagging? I don't know if they've been tagging lately. So, I guess we could go to Fan Footy, and we can go to Arca, or we can just go here. Where the fuck is Jita West? Would they have tagged Port? I mean, maybe. No. No, I didn't get tagged. So yeah, it doesn't look like Jeb West tag. So look, Merritt could be a decent pick. I think he'll bounce back well after last week. He knows he was quiet. The dude still pumped out a 96 to his credit, so he played really well in the end. But yeah, I think Merritt's a good VC or C option. Moving on to St Kilda Geelong. Look, Geelong's like I was thinking Ron Marshall. And Marshall could still go big, no doubt about it. I probably wouldn't straight captain him, but if you do want a VC, I don't hate it. How's he gone against Geelong lately? Let's have a look. 96, 82, 43. So he's never turned up. Well, he hasn't turned up his last three, so maybe not. Stanley's been somewhat restrictive. Like I remember English, he didn't really like bully Stanley English. So, or it was Jackson. No, Jackson I think was the one that got kind of cooked by Stanley. So yeah, probably not go Marshall. Adelaide versus Sydney. I do like Jordan Dawson and Rory Laird. Let's see what these guys scored against them. 93 against Sydney, and then Laird. Laird's been really underrated. Like 116 average, been so good. 140, 121, 88. He's probably my safest VC. And then when we're talking about C, I'm going to put it on Tim English. Plays West Coast. Look, they've got a decent ruckman. Bailey Williams isn't bad, but I just think, English 160 last time we played him. He's so good around the ground. Like, the guy's an animal. I'll probably put the captain on English. Now, you could maybe go Bont. I think Bont might cop some really cop attention. If he does, doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't know. West Coast are just an absolute rebel. If you don't pick a VC or C in this last round, in this Bulldogs game, I think it's a bit risky because Bont and English could go nuts. I don't know which one's going to go bigger, but if I had to bet, it would probably be on English. So that's where I'll be going with that. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about going C on English, and then I think I'll VC Merritt. I'm not super confident about this. How's Neil gone against Collingwood the last three, actually? 102, 178, 89, so he's never gotten that big. Yeah, I think I'll go Merritt into English. Not that it matters anyway for my season. But, yeah, so that's sort of what I would do. Luke Jackson's not a bad shout. If you wanted like crazy pod, Luke Jackson, you know what? Fuck it. I'm adding both my cash leagues. I'm going to do it. VC English, C on Luke Jackson against Port. Yeah, Port don't have a ruck. You saw what Briggs did to him. Who knows? Jacko might go 170 like I did 2 weeks ago. I'm just thinking, will I be able to loop someone at that time? So it's what, Melbourne, Hawthorn, Freo, Port. Do I have anyone from... I don't think I do. I think Marriage is the only one, so I might actually not be able to loop that. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, so I can't go Jacko. That's annoying. We'll go back to plan A. So, yeah. That's how the team looks anyway, guys. It's pretty fucking bad. I mean, your Cogs dropping 70, 88, 82, 80, 95, 67, 62 from Dunkley, 90 from Gordon, 69 from Tom Stewart, 83 Luke Ryan, 73 St Cotter. Team is a joke. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Thought I'd still come out here and pump out one. But, I'll see you in the next one.